Hey, what's up, Master Trainers? This is your host, Charlie Jonas here, straight out of Charcific Valley, and today I'm gonna be explaining more rules. Alright, so let's pick up from where we left off in the previous video, which this time regards the topic 6.7, also known as the catching rules. Alright, let's go ahead and also follow up on the website as well, since in today's video we also going to use pretty much just the website to explain and understand the rules. Alright, so here we are, and as you know, without further ado, let's get started. Catching. In order to catch a wild Pokemon, first players must to beat them up in combat, then match the die roll result according to its chip dice figure. Alright, so we're talking about the dice figure here on its chip, which can be found right below the attack move and the attack power. Alright, which we just covered on the previous video. If you didn't see it, I'm going to leave it up there in the cards for you, along with the video where I talk about black chips, alright, because they don't display the dice figure. I'm also going to be leaving the video up there in the cards. Alright, so here it's no big deal. After the battle, which we're going to cover further in this video series, all you have to do is to roll the die and try to match the figures on each chip. Alright, so let me give you a quick example here. Let's go ahead, shuffle and draw a pink Pokemon. Alright, so here we have Machop. Then we come here, grab from inside our bags or D6, and we gotta roll it to see if we match it. Okay, I'm already explained how to use the die to match the chip color. So all we got to do is to roll the die. Okay, so this time we caught it, since the number 4 is present there in the chip. Let's go ahead and try to simulate a green one. Here we have Dracloak. So we come here, we change the state to the green, and we roll it again. Oh no, this time we didn't catch it. So let's put it back in the bag, and then draw a blue one, which is Emolga. Alright, let's go, put it on the blue state and roll it, and again we didn't catch it. So Emolga fled. So now let's go ahead and try a red one, which is Fortress. Let's go ahead, change the state and roll it again. Oh, once more we failed. Okay, so now last but not least, let's try a yellow chip one, which is Mewtwo. Let's go ahead to the final state and roll it. Whoa, we got it. Okay, so that's the only result possible, and we just did it. So in the end, we caught Machop and Mewtwo. So that's exactly how it's done. Alright, no big deal. Okay, so to perform more effective catching, players can use some item cards, such as Pokeballs, according to which space, berries, and Time Machine. When doing that, players can use as many as they want or have, as far as it is done, one at a time. Berries and Pokeballs can be combined. Alright, so I'm not going to go ahead and explain how each one of these cards works, since I already done it on a previous video. So if you didn't check it out yet, I'm gonna be leaving the video up there in the cards as well. Alright, only if having a free slot, that's very important. Alright, so you cannot catch a Pokemon if you don't have room enough to keep it. The Pokemon goes flip it out, aka knock it out, straight to the player's hand, again when having a free slot. and must be recovered to be used, stashed, or discarded later on. So knock it out Pokemon. Alright, so let's say I just caught Machop here. I'm going to put it on my hand, right there. So until I recover it to flip it up, I cannot do pretty much anything with this Pokemon. I can use it in combat, I can throw it on my stash, and I also cannot get rid of it, okay? Player cannot catch a Pokemon without having a free slot in their hands. Okay, so that's definitely highlighted here. If by any reason the player has a Pokemon on his or her hand that are not interested to be kept or stashed anymore, they can abandon at any city space he or she stops by. This way the chip returns to the pile or to the bag. In this case, any other player at the same space can try to catch it by a dice roll before it escapes to the wild. Alright, so if I don't want to keep this Pokemon anymore and I want to get rid of it, I have to go and stop at a city space. Only then, in there, I'll be able to abandon it, okay? So if by any reason there is another player there while I'm doing this process of abandoning a Pokemon, this player can try to catch it before it flees to the wild, which in practice is going to be going back to the bag. If there were more than one player up to try it, the preference is for the one that comes first in the turn's order. Okay, so let's say there were 2 players there in the same space, and then I got rid of my Machop, then both of them want to try to catch it. The first one who's going to try will be the one first in the turn's order. So if Brick plays first, then Leaf, then Bricks go first, alright? In another hand, this unwanted Pokemon can also be traded or even given away with or to another player, as long as they share the same city space. Okay, so if I'm not feeling down to abandon the Pokemon, I could simply give it away or trade for another Pokemon with any other player who is sharing the same space of mine. Alright, but before we keep going and talk about specific catching rules, I gotta ask you something. Would you like to become an etymology master just like me and get to know that Seismitoad name comes from the words seismic and toad, which explains a lot of its visual and typing? So if the answer is yes, you should check it out, my Etymology Master online course. There, I'm gonna be teaching you everything you need to know behind each Pokemon name's origin in a very fun, quick and visual way. And besides earning an exclusive Etymology Master certificate after concluding each one of the courses, you also earn a bonus PDF file in order for you to study anywhere, anytime you want. So if you got interested about it, don't forget to check out the video I'm gonna be leaving up there in the cards where I talk more about it. Alright, so now let's go ahead and talk about specific catching rules for specific scenarios. The first one is fossil Pokemon. When catching a fossil Pokemon with the fossil symbol, players can only revive it for the first time by going to a specific city space on each map, the one with the fossil symbol. Alright, so here for this map, we can check that the space we're talking about is this one, Saffron City, alright, since it is the only city space which has the fossil symbol on it. And again, remember that it works only for the first time, alright? So if I call an Omanite, it's going to be flipped out on my hand until I can go and revive it in Saffron City. After that, it's going to behave just like any other ordinary Pokemon. For Savvy Islands maps, aka Express Game Mode, there's no need to go to a specific city space. And just a parenthesis here, if you want to play all the Savvy Island maps along with a couple other ones, you can already do it by signing up a membership through Patreon, alright? I'm gonna be talking better about it in the end of the video, so hang in there until then if you are interested about it. Alright, so here we have the example of a fossil Pokemon chip. Ghosts. On Kanto map, players can only catch this type of Pokemon after earning the Sylph Scope by defeating Ghost Marowak, Gym Leader rival card, at the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town. Okay, so you're going to notice that pretty much all the maps except Galar have optional gym leaders, alright? In most of the cases, they are going to enable couple mechanics. So here for this map, the only way for the players to be able to catch Ghost type Pokemon is after defeating Ghost Marowak here at Lavender Town. Only then, with the Sylph Scope, players will be able to do it, alright? It is optional, so the worst that can happen is that you can win the game without any primarily Ghost type Pokemon. Dragons. On Johto map this time, this rare type of Pokemon can only be caught after players earn the Dragon Scale by defeating Red Gyarados, also an optional rival card, at Lake of Rage. Okay, I'm not going to be showing you each one of the examples here in practice, since I'm going to be covering it once the map is publicly released. Okay, alright, so pretty much the same thing that happens here, but this time for Dragon type Pokemon. Normal, Grass, Fire, Water, Electric, Ghost, Fairy and Dragons. On Alola maps, this type of Pokemon can only be caught after players earn each respective Z Crystal by defeating each one of the optional Gym Leader rival cards. Okay, so in Alola is quite different than the other maps, because here we have way more optional Gym Leaders, and for each one of them you're gonna earn a different type of crystal, and only with those crystals you'll be able to catch each one of the following types right here, alright? Orange Label. In Hoenn and Unova maps, players can only catch orange labeled Pokemon, aka Legendary Mythical, after defeating the optional Gym Leader rival card, which is going to be Rayquaza for Hoenn and Genesect for Unova. And last but not least, we have the Legendary, meaning the yellow cheap ones. In the Sinnoh and Kalos maps, these Pokemon can only be caught after players earn the proper badges, and also after defeating the optional Gym Leader rival cards, which are going to be Heatran for Sinnoh and Hoopa Unbound for Kalos. Alright, so it follows the same rules of the yellow ones, although you have an extra step here, which is also getting the badges from each one of them. In Kalos, the Hoopa Confined allows players to use the HM item cards. Okay, so there's nothing to do with the other Hoopa you could face later on in the map. Alright, so those are the specific rules regarding catching Pokemon in specific scenarios regarding different maps. Alright, and talking about map, don't forget that there's an epic version of this map right here, which regards a crossover between Lord of the Rings and Pokemon. So if you want to try the feeling of catching Pokemon in an epic way, you should definitely check it out. The video I'm gonna be leaving up there in the cards. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social media. This way you stay tuned about every new content yet to be released. And if you like gameplays and wanna see me playing this game live, make sure to follow me on the Purple website as well, since there very soon I'm going to start to play this game almost every day. Of course, if you like the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe and share this video with everyone else you want to play this game with. This way they can get to know the rules just like you do. And by doing that, you're also gonna help me reaching my next goal of 1,000 subscribers. And here in this channel, every time I reach a goal, you guys earn a prize, which this time is going to be new content for the channel and also another mini-map for you to play. Don't forget that you could always come here to the pkmmtr.com to access the rules in a more visual and interactive way. You could also click here on the download button to request access to all the printable files available on my Google Drive. This way you can print them out and assemble your own physical version of the game, just like a huge DIY. Alright? It's for free All I got to do is to be a subscriber and to leave a comment down below to let me know you did it. If you have any doubts about it, just check it out the pinned comment right down below. And as I mentioned before, don't forget that you could sign up for a membership through Patreon to have early access to this map, as you've seen right here, with all the cards and chips from all the generations, along with many other ones including the Savvy Islands, which I have mentioned before. So if you got interested about it, please consider signing up for a membership. The link is going to be down there in the description. And talking about the links in the description, don't forget to check it out to find more about everything I just said, and also to find a link to the Logos by Nick Academy. Since there, you're going to be found a very cool platform where you can find everything you need to know to become a logo creator master, alright? So Nick has a lot of courses which are gonna teach you how to use GIMP and Inkscape, both free softwares, to become a pro logo creator and make some extra income with it. Alright, all the courses are very affordable and I highly recommend them, since I have been using most of his techniques to create the logos for this project. Don't forget to ring the bell to be notified about incoming new content. I hope you guys liked this video and I see you on the next one.